Well, hey, hope you guys are having a great day so far. You guys see the title of the video. We're diving into r/Nicegirls. You know the deal. If you enjoy the video, make sure you hit the like, comment. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy this video, we do it every day. So hit the subscribe notification bell. And there's a Patreon if you want to check that out. First link in the description box. Let's get straight to this video, okay, guys? Because I am excited. r/Nicegirls is so silly. For anyone who doesn't know, r/Nicegirls is a subreddit full of conversations and goofiness from people who have conversed with these women that are some of the absolute worst. People or girls / women who are become villains as soon as they get rejected or they don't get what they want. It's the counterpart to nice guys. Fun fact. All right, let's see what's popping this week. So first one here, I was told I need to post this here. Okay. This was last night. We've been chatting for 2 to 3 months and have been on several dates. We have plans the following night tonight, but I'll assume that they're off. She still hasn't responded to my last text you see here. She hasn't acted this way before, so she could be stressed / struggling about something unrelated. But that doesn't excuse anything. Oh, brother, let's see. First off, I noticed you need to charge your phone, buddy. All right. If you have time tonight, I would like you to call me, please. So she messaged that. Okay. This was at 6:30 today. OP goes, yeah, of course. Try to call. I can chat right now before 7 if you want. And then she goes, no, I didn't mean right now. I am with someone. Sus. Okay. Later tonight I can. Estimate on time. Bro, you were the one who asked. Why don't you just tell me what time you want? But yeah, so he goes 9:30ish. She goes, schedule isn't working in this instance. What? Okay, never mind. I will talk to you some other day. This is weird. He goes, will you be free later than that? She goes, no idea. I do not plan to be home tonight. Thanks for trying though. I will talk to you some other time. That she sounds like she's got someone else she's entertaining and was using you as a backup plan. That's just from my thoughts. I could be completely wrong misreading this, but so just to remember or reference, they have been chatting and for 2 to 3 months and been on several dates. And then, he's doing his best to give her all options to talk on the phone, right? Like he's saying, I'll have 10 to 15 minutes while I drive somewhere around 8:15. Dude is like blocking his schedule, telling her every instance that he's available. And then she goes, no thanks. Are you upset? No. Okay. I'm much more clear than earlier, actually. What the dude? She sounds like she's either just has no clue what's going on in her schedule or just have a whole roster she's trying to entertain. I could be completely wrong though. He goes, I'm glad. Where are you going? She goes, okay, my driver is here. I'm going to. Will definitely not be go home tonight. What are you doing, dude? You're flip-flopping left and right. I'm sure we will speak sometime, though. Have a good night. At this point, I would just not even respond if it was me. But anyways, OP goes, won't we see each other tomorrow? Oh, yeah, because they had plans the next day, which is today that he posted this. I don't like how you're acting. Why make a point to tell me you won't be home and then make another point to not answer when I ask where? Lol. Then say, okay, whatever. I'll talk to you another day, some other time. Fully knowing we have plans in 24 hours. You know what? I respect that because he's calling her out. And this goes for any sex and gender, okay? Like whoever you're talking to, if they're disrespecting your time is valuable, dude. So you gotta keep them in check sometimes. And sometimes it is an honest mistake and then you communicate about it. But this one, let's see where it goes. She goes, wow, I'm in a rush and have someone with me and was letting you know I wouldn't be home for a call later. But then you said that you could. When I asked you to call and you just told me where, and sorry for the phrasing wasn't perfect. Jesus Christ. But you were right. We don't need to effing talk. Okay. Go look at your text again. You didn't say where. She goes, yeah, I'm in a rush and am doing a million things and literally try to effing answer, but we just obviously don't get along. This is ridiculous, especially after everything else. I should not have even asked you to call if this was going to happen. Jesus effing Christ. Dude, She is, you know what? You're going to save time by just not talking to this girl, because she does not sound like a fun time. He then says, when you're no longer rushed, you should take a moment and read this whole conversation again. See if you're okay with how you just spoke to me, and if you think it is justified. You still never answered. Oh, wow. Yeah, she's obviously like hiding something, or I don't know. Let's read the comments. I'm still stuck on how she told you to please call her sometime tonight, but then followed up by telling you how she was busy, about to leave, and then won't be home all night. Dude, that's what I'm saying. That doesn't make any sense. So just how on the earth were you supposed to call or talk to her if she was so busy and wouldn't be home to even have the conversation that she wanted? What a major contradiction. Yeah, you literally could not win in that situation, buddy. Yeah, that's a good one to let go. Just saying. There's better people. All right, this one sounds pretty good, pretty juicy. Title says, right, guys, I can see where this is going. So giving everyone a chance to guide me with my response. Just matched today and just started talking. Basically, one of those that thinks it's a man's job to go out and work and provide for her while she stays at home. You know what? I'm going to say this. I'm sure that there's couples out there that enjoys this dynamic of the guy just going out, doing everything and providing for the girl. And there's probably some guys out there, minority, that enjoy being the provider in that way. Not discrediting that. Personally, not my style, but let's read this conversation. This looks like what's on Facebook dating too. So they had a prior conversation, and then OP goes, oh, sad face. I really hope that they turn up soon. Worried face. That's fair. That's the same with me. I like to travel to go to new places and rarely go to the same places again. Although I went to Slovenia a few years ago and it was so lovely. I'd love to go back there again someday. What do you do for work? So they're obviously very initial conversation. At least they're just getting to know each other. She goes, I'm a private care worker and microblading master, but I don't think it should matter to a man what women does for work, or what a woman. Yeah, this grammar is not great. So she says, but I don't think it should matter to a man what a woman does for work, as a man is protector and provider in relationships. Brother or sister, he just asked what you did for work. He's not saying it in a way like it matter or anything. I feel like that's just small talk to get to know someone, right? Like if you were ever going to be a potential partner to talk, wouldn't you want to know what the other person does? Even if just to talk and relate. Like, what? Has she never had a conversation before? So then he goes, so if a man's job, oh God, he's going to dive into this. So if a man's job is protector and provider in a relationship, what's a woman's job in a relationship? Great question. Oh, here we go. She goes, keeping good harmony, nurture, look after healthy meal cooking, passion, intuition, inspiration. She sounds so fun. Look after his reputation by respectful attitude towards him. Just traditional things, you know? Yeah, she sounds like she's still in like the 1800s. Wow. And like, the thing to me isn't even like the traditional mindset. Like, hey, there are some people that are going to be a match based on that traditional mindset. There's nothing wrong with that, 100%. To me, what bothers me is her pointing out, you asking her a question of where do you work? Like, you literally just asked her. It's like normal conversation. Let's read the comments. Look, have what beliefs you want about gender roles, but it is so pathologically weird to respond to a neutral conversation. What do you do for work with that sort of answer? Just zero awareness of how to hold a conversation. Yeah, that's literally what I just said. Yeah, that's crazy. Glad other people view it the same way. Nice girls are silly. I love reading this subreddit. I love reading all the nice guys too. It's so silly. All right, I'm gonna have to blur this one, at least for the beginning. But second date, she claims I don't have intimate cuddling, and then asks for my credit card info. Nice girl, question mark. What? She asked for your credit card info and after the second date? We've talked on the phone a lot and we kissed once. This conversation came way out of left field, and we had never discussed cuddling before this. You guys know what cuddling is, obviously. Let me make sure I can. Yeah, I cannot have this unblurred. I'm so sorry, guys, but I'm gonna do my best. So the alleged nice girl messages I don't think you can handle me. And then says his name, laughy face, laughy face, laughy face, emojis. And then he says, how you mean? You just laying down watching TV. You're pretty easy. That's so funny to say. All right, right off the bat, this is a goofy ass conversation. And then she says, nah, babe, you gotta eat grapefruits. If you guys get what I'm alluding to. You gotta eat the grapefruits. She sends a laughy face, dead emoji, no. He sends, dead emoji, what makes you think I'm not? Also, they have not even discussed or have done that stuff, which is cuddling in Minecraft yet, okay? And then he says, what makes you think I'm not? I'm not that tired. She goes, LMAO in all caps and a bunch of laughing emojis. You just don't look like you'll do that. Bro, what? What does that even mean? How does somebody look like they won't put in a specific effort in cuddling? Like what? He goes, the F does that mean? Baby, when these glasses come off, it's about to get nasty. Oh, he has glasses on. That's funny. Also, like the nerdiest and most innocent looking dudes sometimes, and women too, sometimes are the craziest. Baby, when these glasses come off, it's about to get nasty. Laughing emoji. That's hilarious. Matter of fact, next date, I'm wearing contacts. Dude, this guy is so funny. And then he texts us again and says, matter of fact, swimming goggles. I'm just playing. But really, what makes you come to this conclusion that I give off not eating grapefruit vibes? She sends a bunch of laughing emojis. Better wear swimming goggles because, oh God, I'm not saying that. That's nasty. He says, damn, you never been with a white guy. That must be what y'all think about white guys. Okay, so I'm seeing where this is going. So OP is white, dude. She goes, LMAO, no, it just give you don't cuddle nor eat grapefruits. He goes, WTF? And she goes, oh, well, I'm just saying, send me a picture of your card. OP goes, a picture of my card? And oh, also, this is a good thing to note. She said, well, I'm just saying, right? After he said WTF, there was a long pause, like 50 minutes. And then she double texted saying, send me a picture of your card. Out of nowhere, asking for his card information. Actually, I can unmute this part. A picture of my card. And then she sends a picture of her online shopping for this crop top, True Religion, and says to get this. What? They hadn't done anything. They're not even dating. And she asked for, actually, let alone, even if I was dating a girl and she asked me for a picture of my card, I would be like, if it ain't an emergency or something like this, you're getting out of my life. Like, what the heck? Like, what in the right world makes her think that she's allowed to someone's credit information? The comments are funny though. Baby, when these glasses come off, it's about to get nasty. It has me rolling. Dude, that was really funny. This combo would have pissed me off. And her saying, send me a picture of her card without even asking if maybe you'd want to buy her a shirt would have sent me into orbit. Yeah, she sounds like she is not a good person. Or might I say a nice girl? Lol, the way she casually just shifted topics. Yeah, for real. Tell her it's an ugly top. It's almost like it kind of is. Let me look at the top again. There's a True Religion top. Yeah, it is pretty ugly, actually. I mean, it's just not a good top. I'm sorry if you have a top like that. There's better designs, is what I'm trying to get at. That's funny, though. A great way to start. All right, this one is NSFW. I'm going to have to save this one for the Patreon members. Okay, interesting one. This one's title says, after 2 years, thought I would try again, one day in. I never understood people getting back and trying to go with an ex or something. I don't know where this is going yet, but this is what I'm assuming. Like, if things are done, just move on, in my opinion. I mean, in some very rare situations, it will work out. And it doesn't hurt to try, but I don't know. My mentality towards exes is like, like it didn't work for a reason. But I'm also completely different than I was back then too. And I like different things too. But who knows? Let's read the context. So he says, for context, one day of chatting, had a nice phone chat, got disconnected. It seemed unintentional. I called back 3 times, no answer. I would have, after one, I would have been good. But texted that we disconnected and I tried calling back. 2 hours of nothing. I go to bed. She then calls twice when I was asleep. I texted her that I saw her calls around midnight, but I was in bed. Had to get up early for work. She texted back after I was at work. Have a good day, which is the only relevant message above, which is in the photo. Okay. He goes, thanks. Hope you had a good day. Did anything exciting happen today? And she goes, no need to talk to me. What? He goes, okay, sorry if I said something to upset you. She goes, are you texting me from 2 numbers? I'm deeply confused. He goes, no, I would not do that. She goes, send me a photo, please. ... He goes, you just told me not to talk to you. She goes, you're a jerk. I know, you're a jerk. I know. But yeah, that what the heck did I just read? This was weird. Yeah, somebody literally said this is a weird one, buddy. Yeah, that was just not organized at all. We're going to move on. Whoa, what is going on in this one? It says, I should have asked for more perfect closure. I had been texting on and off with an ex I had last dated in 2019. See? All right, let's see where this goes. I could say so much about this girl, lol. That's classic type of manipulation or manipulating and insecure, constantly makes you think you're one step off being her perfect match, but in reality, you're just a placeholder until something better comes along. Damn, that's brutally honest with himself. I kind of respect it. I feel like most people have been there, like feeling like a placeholder. That shit sucks. Also, Placeholder is a great song by Oliver Tree. I had grown increasingly disinterested in it, but was afraid of having her blow up if I suddenly cut it off. And then the universe just simply took care of it for me, which you'll see in this exchange. Context: I had been texting her on and off for a couple years, which had gotten more frequent over the last few months. So he had been texting this ex. See, that's weird, keeping in contact. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that, but whatever, to each their own. And she kept playing bait and switch with visiting each other. I am in Manhattan. She's in vet school in another state 1,000 miles away. When we were together in the past, it was my first relationship ever, or so I thought. First real relationship, or so I thought. And she broke up with me literally every other week or so and made me come crawling back. Damn, that is manipulation at its finest. It's so funny because I think she could tell my responses had been getting increasingly disinterested in the last few days. I had the vid, was working 70 hours a week and no interest in her emotional volatility. I was keeping the responses short and non-emotional, and she was getting more and more impatient. She had thrown me off my game so much in the past, and I think I had only been engaging with her texts since our relationship prior had felt like unfinished business, which I'm pretty sure she did on purpose. I am so happy to say I am completely 100% moved on from her, and this last interaction was the icing on the cake. As additional closure, the one positive that came out of this recent texting session with her is that she accidentally revealed that she had effed an IDF soldier while I was on a trip to Israel while we were together. And I gotta blur this. And she had cuddled after the fact, so that while they were together. Wow. So she can add cheating on me to her Rolodex. Anyways, I have a date with a female best friend of 5 years coming up later this week. We confess each other's feelings for each other recently, and I could not be more excited to pursue love with someone that actually cares for me and for non-selfish and insecure reasons. Sorry for a long post. I hope it makes someone laugh. Real quick, I want to talk about this before we get into this conversation. Yeah, dude, this is tricky. People who have been in manipulative situations, especially when they're their first quote unquote love, is, you have this piece of history with them that just feels like it's always ever tying. But if you start growing up and start realizing what healthy relationships are, you kind of look back and you like laugh a little bit. You're like, damn, I'm an idiot for being into that. And as much as I can say, oh, like this guy should moved on and should not, I get it. Manipulation's a thing, man. Anyways, let's read this combo. So she goes, hi. He goes, hey, how's your night going? Good. I'm just stressed. Ugh. Another exam Tuesday, and I have my first surgery right after. I'm tweaking right now. I'm sure they will both go great. You got this. I know how hard you've been working. Strong emoji. Are you feeling any better? The vid is such a bitch. I hope you've been resting. And then he didn't respond, so she sends, hello, hi. One was lowercase. Constantly blowing up his phone. Jesus Christ. Hi. Damn, is she bored or what? I thought we were having a great chat these last few weeks. So, okay, so I guess he hasn't really been responding and been more disinterested. So she's sent all this. I thought we were having great chats this last few weeks and you have barely shown any interest since Wednesday. Like, are you alive, LMAO? Dude, the fact that this girl is pointed out that he hasn't shown any interest, like, is the reason why she's doing it. That's just so bad, dude. She needs to grow up. I get if you don't want to talk, but you obviously have looked at your phone at some point in the last hour, ... not to mention the last 2 days. He finally responds and says, hey, yes, I slept most of the last 2 days, but I'm feeling a little bit better. I was drinking mint tea all day, which helped my throat. I just got some coffee, which was so good and made it so much easier to breathe, weirdly. And the fresh air from the walk made me feel like a new person. How was studying? So he didn't even address any of that. That's so funny. She goes, that's good. What did you get? He goes, I was debating on hot versus ice, but I felt like ice was the better move. They didn't give me any ice in it though. So I got a cup of ice on the side, basically 2 for 1. She goes, that's great. I'm glad. Thanks so much for asking how I am. XO. Oh my God. At this moment, this girl is insufferable. Hate's a strong word. I dislike people like this. Girl, guy, anyone who's like, oh, you didn't ask about meaning that she only asked how you were doing just to be asked how she was. Like, get out of here. He goes, I just asked how studying is going. Are you doing okay? She goes, it's not even that it's this surgery, and I'm not okay. I told you I'm effing tweaking on caffeine trying to prepare for this surgery. I'm literally craving sculptures on my own hand. Hello? He didn't respond fast enough, I guess. So she goes, hello? Yeah, you don't care. Yeah, you care so effing much. Ha ha ha. Not opposite day, everyone. What the? This girl sounds so manic. Oh my gosh. Dude, stop. Block her. What? She goes, did you wear a mask going to get that coffee? That is also the randomest thing to say. And she spelled coffee wrong. A lot of her spelling is wrong. I'm surprised she's made it this far. He goes, no, lol, I can barely breathe as it is. I thought I was going to pass out anytime I stood up Wednesday through Thursday. It was bad. I love that he didn't address any of that. She went off. She goes, that's really rude of you. If I'm being honest, you could have gotten someone unalived. He goes, I didn't come into contact with anyone. I mobile ordered and I got it off the shelf, lol. I'm not contagious anymore. I tested negative earlier today. My throat just still hurts. And I thought the caffeine and ice combo would help. And it did. But like, why am I explaining myself? I guess if you feel better, then that's great. She goes, you should wear a mask every time, all the time. It just saves lives and stops people from being unalive. Only an asshole wouldn't care. I guess you don't, though. Go injure 100 more vulnerable people tomorrow, you narcissistic effing pig. A little boy won't have his grandma tomorrow because of you. What the? Dude, this went from 0 to 100 to 0 to 100 again. What in the world? He goes, if I'm being honest, I literally do not give a F about what you're saying right now. Enjoy your night. She goes, enjoy your life. This comments say, did you wear a mask while typing this? You serial. Oh, man. Yeah, for real. What the heck? She sounds lunatic, bro. Like a lunatic. She seems nice. Yeah, like a nice girl. Oh, my gosh. All right, let's read one more good one. That was crazy. People are unhinged. Oh, this one has witchcraft in it. All right, this is going to be the last one for the YouTube channel, but if you are a Patreon member, we'll still read like 2 more. All right. Ex-wife breaks 4 years of no contact to ask for money for witchcraft. What? So OP is 31, and his ex-wife, who's 29, called me out of the blue yesterday asking for $3,000 out of the $6,000 she needs to lift a curse from her daughter. We haven't talked since shortly after our divorce finalized in 2021, which was 4 years ago. I found out she cheated early on in our marriage while I was away in the military, tale of as old as time. When we separated and initially tried to make it work, I discovered she was seeing other guys. Oh my God, that's so bad. Like, I'm so sorry. We finally divorced and I blocked her. Well, maybe that's why she's cursed. So we finally divorced and I blocked her on everything besides text in case we needed to get information from each other, background checks for our careers, etc. Anyways, she called me and acted like nothing happened. And initially I was noticeably hostile / bothered that she had the audacity to ask me of any kind of favor. She then told me her whole family was sick recently, and now it had been hitting her daughter hard. So assuming by the way that he messaged, it's her daughter, not your daughter. So, okay, so it's just hers. And they believed it was brujeria put on her family. What is brujeria? Or bujera? Maybe it's bujera. What does that mean? Bujera is the Spanish word for witchcraft. Okay, got it. So witchcraft. Put on her family. Right off the bat, I reminded her I don't believe in that stuff, and she should take her to an ER or clinic. Sorry if that offends anyone. She said it wasn't something that a medical expert could fix. Oh, brother, what? She knew it was a curse someone put on her. How do you know that? I cared about her daughter. She and my son got along very well back then, but the whole thing was crazy to me. She offered to give me a family car as collateral until she paid me back. I told her I was at work and would text her. Bro, I used to daydream about all this talking I would do when I thought she would eventually reach out, but it's been so long. So many real life things has happened, and I have a loving girlfriend, and I really don't care about this anymore, and just really feel sorry for her. I hope she gets her life together and does better. All right, now let's get into the juice of it, or the thick of it. All right, so X is just the title of the. All right, he says, I can't blank. I'm sorry. I know desperation will make a parent try anything, but please take care to the ER if it's serious and ask her dad or his family. But most importantly, the ER. Please only message me if you need some info or something. His ex-wife sends, it's not something a doctor can fix. Please help. I would do anything. I have the keys to the car. I can pay it back to you. I wouldn't ask for help if I didn't need it. Please don't let what happened in the past make up your mind. What do you mean? You know me. You know where I live. You know you have my info as well, just like I have yours. Granted, a few details have changed, but of course, talk to me. I can help you in whatever you need as well. Just name it, and I'll be there. Crazy take. Like, why do you expect someone to just give a freaking $3,000? Also, a scam caller. A scam caller is calling me. Should I pick it up, guys? Hello? Hello? Okay. Didn't even say anything. Perfect scam caller. I was hoping that the scam would actually go through so I can like goof with them. All right. Anyways, back to the story. I can help you in whatever you want. Blah 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 blah. Okay. I would have taken her to the ER if it's something that needed to be seen by a doctor or her head doctor. I'm a mom, and in that aspect, I know what to do. I don't care about medical bills because they'll get paid. But this and that, wait. What do you mean? She's sick. Take her to a hospital. What the fuck? What kind of sick can't? Well, I mean, there are sicknesses that can't be healed through the hospital, 100%. But like, at least like that's the bare minimum or first step, right? But this that I need can't be paid in a way that I can pay in a hospital. Okay, can I see you? He goes, hey, sorry for talking to you in the way that I did this morning. I can't. I'm sorry. I hope blank gets better. I really do. But for real, please message me only if you have to. She goes, okay, I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you for trying. I still appreciate it. One last question. Will we ever talk about what happened? What do you mean? This is like years have passed, dude. Stop. Kind of to get closure. He's the one who originally should have needed the closure. You're the one who cheated because we left on bad terms. I know you said message you only if I had to, but it came to my mind about it. That's why I'm asking to see you, but it's all right. We don't have to. I just wanted to get some closure. Thank you, but I'm over what happened. We're on good terms now. This is good closure. Wow. That's a great lesson people can learn. Just that message right there is the perfect closure. Because closure isn't even really a thing. It's like, it's something that you manifest in your own brain. Like, you can have your own closure to anything as long as you choose to, you know? Let's read the comments. I'm a mother, and in that sense, I know what to do. Sometimes the best way to find out if someone's an idiot is to listen to what they say. Boy, if you ever questioned if it was a good idea to break apart a relationship, them coming back to you for 3,000 years later, or $3,000, years later for Witchcraft has to be one of the there among the most satisfying. Boy, did I make the right call moments one could have asked for. Yeah, for real. What in the world? Nice girls. You gotta love how entertaining they are. Anyways, we're gonna close it up here. If you're a Patreon member, I'll see you there. And if not, no problem. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Love you. Bye.